Hey there, welcome back to Nitchman Photography. Today we are joined by Jared Fiesta, fellow Academy of Arts student and photographer. Thanks for being here. Would you mind telling me a little bit about yourself and your background in photography?
So my photography background, I guess you could say it started with a love of tech. Originally, before I was actually going to do photography, I was going to be a computer science major. My father owned a digital camera, a DSLR, and I just picked it up one day and just started shooting random crap in the backyard, from dog shit to bugs and plants.
Dog shit?
Yes, dog shit. Eventually, I think it was my aunt that asked me to photograph her daughter's first birthday, and I was like, sure, why not?
In your photography, you mentioned that you really like tech and the technical side of it. What's like key elements that you use in your own photography? Is it very structured?
I wouldn't say it's structured. When people hear the technical aspects of photography, they think, all the digital equipment like the DSLR or the computers we use. It's not only that. Uh, some important factors are like your camera height, your lens you're using, the lights you're using can all affect your photograph and how it speaks.
So tell us about different lenses. Describe focal length for us.
So focal length is pretty much what you can see. So using a wide or long focal length can affect the way your photo looks and speaks. So with a wide angle, of course, everything's gonna get distorted and wide. With a longer focal length, you
Like a
get more
telephoto?
a telephoto, like so something like around from 85 to 200 millimeters. That would be considered a long focal length. When you use a telephoto, it's flattened, it's more compressed.
So let's talk about composition.
Okay.
Everybody composes their images differently.
Mhm.
We have a completely different style from one another. How would you say that you compose your images? What's your style like?
I guess my style when I'm composing is more again on the technical side, looking at the environment and seeing how do I want to set the photo up. I'm looking at what I want my camera height to be, what focal length I want to use, what aperture, what shutter speed I want, what if I want to freeze it or blur it. Do I want to have it like a straight on, rule of thirds, golden ratio stuff?
So,
Yeah.
rule of thirds, what my understanding is that we don't put the subject directly in the middle of the photograph. You put it off to the side.
Yes.
Most cameras will have a grid when taking the photo, so you can see on the frame where your subject will be. You always want to try and move it off to the side in one of the left or the right hand squares, not in the dead center.
Yeah, you never want to put your subject matter in a dead center. It becomes very mundane and boring. It's like you're just taking it with your phone.
And there's nothing wrong with taking images with a phone. You can be a good photographer as long as you know
Yeah.
what to look for, what to see. But what sets a camera phone apart from like a pro camera, a DSLR? Can you explain how much of an advantage it is to have a DSLR?
The advantages of using a DSLR is that you have more control compared to using your phone camera.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks a lot to Jared Fiesta for joining us. This has been Nitchman Photography.